Hello, we're here for an updated version of OCR shoes. Last year we did a video talking about the different shoes, advantages, disadvantages, the ones we prefer. So we're back for an updated version.
Woo! We got 5 different pairs of shoes here.
Yes.
And so I have 2 different pairs of Innovate shoes. These are the ones I'm using right now. These right here are the Innovate X Talon 200s, which they don't even make anymore. So, I've been able to buy them a couple times off of Amazon. I guess they still have some in stock there. But they've updated the version a little bit. But I like these because they're very light and minimalistic. They're a 0 drop, but they still have some really good grip on them. I've definitely worn them down quite a bit, especially in the centers here. But they're very light. They drain water very easily. They don't get heavy when you go through water and mud. They kind of shake off pretty well. So I usually use these for shorter races and trail events and stuff like that. So like a Deca Sprint or maybe even a Super, depending on what the course is like, but probably wouldn't use them for longer than a Super. And then I have these. These are the Innovate, let me say the right thing, Rocklite G13 GTX V2.
They're Gore-Tex?
Yes, these are Gore-Tex, which I believe is supposed to be a stronger, more durable, but still light and flexible material. And then these have
Supposed to be waterproof, right?
Yes, that too. So I haven't actually used these in a race yet. As you can see, they look very, very new, and that's because they are. I've only worn them a couple times, just on a couple trail runs, but the grip is awesome. There will be no slipping with these, and I like them a lot. They're comfortable. They have a bigger drop. I don't remember what it is, but it's definitely bigger than those. So these I would wear for a longer distance race or training run, but I've again only used them for like 20 miles, so they're still getting broken in, but so far I like them a lot. They're comfortable but not too heavy, but still you know, enough cushion to keep you going for a long time without your feet starting to hurt from like stepping on rocks and roots and stuff like that. So far I like them. We'll really see after I use them quite a few more times and actually take them into a race, but I think they'll do pretty well, and I like how they look. This is a cool color.
They are cool looking.
Yeah, so
like that green.
yeah, so I like them a lot.
All right, on to my shoes. So first off, I want to start off last year. When we did this, I had just got these are the VJ Ultras, the first model, not the second. I don't know if they have a third out yet. I bought these because I was doing Ultras, and these are supposed to be better for that. They also have that title. And I got them a half size larger than what I would normally get them in, because everyone on the reviews said that they were small if you didn't go a half size up. I wore these one time. I highly do not recommend these shoes.
Ooh.
More than any other shoe I've ever worn in my life. I would never buy these again, ever. I don't know what they did with the design on the edge here. No other shoe has ever done it to me. I've tried a bunch of different brands and models, and it's never been a problem, but within 2 miles I had blisters on my small toes, and 4 miles was the most I could go before I had like large blisters, and more than one. So these were horrible. I've never had that experience before, and these were supposed to be these were a half size up than normal. So they initially started sized very small, and even half size up was too little, and the material on the edge, like you could feel it, your toe was rubbing against something hard, which I've never felt before on shoes I've owned. In contrast, the VJ Max, so these have 4 total miles on them ever. If you want a pair of these and you like them for whatever reason, I'll sell them to you for like $30, and you can pay the shipping and get a good pair of shoes that you like. I hate with 4 miles. But the VJ Max, in contrast, was an awesome shoe. I loved it. I probably could have gone a half size up in this because they would be tight on my feet after a while. But these, I don't know what they messed up on the Ultras, but these didn't cause that rubbing on the small toe. These had great grip. I wore the grip down a ton because I put probably 600 miles on these, 500 to 600. And wore them for a whole season of OCRs. Really good shoes. I do recommend the VJ Max, not the VJ Ultra. However, these are worn down too much, and so after the Ultras didn't work out for me, I switched back to Saucony. Saucony is what I've used for road running for a long time, and it's what I used to use for OCR back in the day, back in 2017 when we first started doing them competitively. And the shoes they had at the time, the trail shoes they had, were good, but they didn't have great grip and they were pretty heavy and kind of clunky. But in the time from then till now, they have very, very much upgraded their shoes. These have very good grip. They're very, very light. Overall, Saucony as a brand has upgraded a ton in the last 5 to 6 years. I really like these shoes. They're more comfortable for me than the VJ Max. I think the grip is just as good. My favorite OCR shoes ever were the Salming OT Comps, and they left North America, which is why I stopped using those. But I like these just as much now. So I would highly recommend these. These are the Trail, shoot, I'm gonna forget. I think they're the Trail 12s or the Trail 13s.
Does it say right here?
It says somewhere.
What does that say?
Oh, Peregrine, excuse me, Peregrine 12. They do have a Peregrine 13, but that costs like $30 to $40 more for the new ones. And I like the tread on these, so I got these and I love them. So the Peregrine 12. Really like these shoes, really good shoes. And then one, excuse me, my voice is going away. One other mention would be the Salming, what is it? The one we both used to run in, the one you got rid of? Wow.
I don't remember.
Not Salming. Salomon Speed Cross.
Speed Cross, that's what it is.
That's
I
right.
was
We were
running
on
in
the
the
wrong
fives. Salomon Speed Cross 5s. They were an excellent pair of shoes. I put a lot of miles on them. The only reason I had to get rid of them is because I made a mistake. I washed them after a race, and I put them out here on the balcony for way too long. We're talking about over a week. Big mistake. The rubber ended up drying out, cracking, and splitting, and they were just ruined from there. So that was my bad. But those shoes were great. I loved them for longer distances. Very, very comfortable. They drained well. And I thought about getting them again, but I wanted to try some of these Innovates because I had seen them and I like them a lot. But also, I wanted to go over price. I forgot to do that. So these, I don't know if you can get them right now. I bought these probably like 2 or 3 years ago off of Amazon, and they're not even made anymore. But I think they were only like $60 or $70, something like that. And then these were a similar price as well. I think they were around $80. But the same version, they have a couple more expensive models, I guess, depending on the color. But anyway, these were definitely under 100. I know that.
Oh yeah, price. So price for the the newer model for the VJ Ultras. Man, I think they're in the 170 range. They might be a little more than that. It's not that bad for a running shoe. I don't ever pay that much. The VJ Max, when I got them, I think they were 130 because I think there was a VJ Max 2 that was out. I always get a year back because they're always $30+ cheaper. And then, like I said, this pair, when I got this, I'm pretty sure I had a gift card from winning a race. So I don't think I paid much at all for these, but I think they were like 110 to 120, something like that, since they were a year-old model. Yeah. Except for the Ultra, I really like the Peregrine 12s. I really like the VJ Max. Luke's been with Innovate for quite a while and now has had a few different models of shoe. Any of those 3 brands are very good. I would recommend Salming if they were still in the US, but I don't think you can get them here anymore. And then the Salomon Speed Cross series, I had the 2s or 3s back in the day several years ago, and I liked them. They were a little heavy and they weren't the best at drain for me, and I didn't like the drop. I think it was a 12 millimeter drop, which is a pretty high drop, but they had great grip. They were very durable. So for like someone not doing long distances or newer to the sport, they're probably a pretty good shoe.
Yeah,
I think that about covers that.
We recommend these. Doesn't mean they're the right shoe for you, because everybody's foot is different.
Yep.
There are a million factors that go into that, but I mean, we kind of listed the reasons why we think these are good, and that might fit with you well too. But there are definitely some other good shoes and brands out there too. But yeah, these are the ones we picked, and we like them a lot.
It is very much preferential. Find shoes that drain well, have good grip, fit your budget. If you can get ones that you like the look of them, all the more power to you. But look for those key things: drainage and grip. And the weight does matter to a certain extent for OCRs, depending on how long they are. So look for those things in a shoe, and then find a shoe that is comfortable for you.
Comfort is key. You don't want your feet hurting during races. I've had that happen. It's just like the whole thing, you're just like, this
Miserable.
sucks.
It's miserable. Every step,
The
instead of
entire
being
time.
comfortable or good, or it being down to your training, it just comes down to pain in your feet because the shoe's the wrong shoe for you.
Yep.
So find a good shoe, and thanks for watching. We'll be releasing an article later this year that'll have a poll we run every year with several hundred people who vote on which shoes they find best and why. So look out for that later in the year, and thanks for watching.
See ya.